Trauma can often leave you feeling with feelings of anxiety, of hypervigilance, feelings like you are not in control or you're not safe. There are many different modalities and different therapies that can be used to help trauma. Trauma-informed yoga is one of those therapies, and today I will be telling you about 5 different ways that trauma-informed yoga can be helpful for trauma. I'm Audriana. I am a trauma-informed yoga instructor and physiotherapist, and we'll just dive right into the 5 reasons that trauma-informed yoga is helpful for trauma. Reason number 1 is that it keeps you present and in the moment. Typically, when you've experienced trauma, your body goes into a fight or flight mode. It is often stuck thinking about the experiences that you've had in the past, or perhaps anxious and thinking about things in the future, things that might happen down the road. Trauma-informed yoga invites you to step into the moment. It invites you to check in with the sensations of the body, to check in with the mind, and to notice what is happening in the here and now. And that can be extremely helpful after you have been through trauma. The second reason trauma-informed yoga is helpful for trauma is that the cues and the language that are used are very respectful towards boundaries, and they put you back in the driver's seat. With trauma, you can feel like things are out of control. You can feel like a sense of safety was taken away from you. You can feel like maybe something happened that wasn't consensual, or something happened that was extremely unexpected, and that can leave you with feelings of not having control and not feeling safe around you. And so in trauma-informed yoga, the cues that are used are all about giving you back that power and giving you back that control. It is always about you deciding what works best for your body in any given moment. You can't do something right or wrong. You can really just choose what works best for you. And so that language and that cueing that is used is really respectful towards the boundaries that you have, towards what works best for your body, and allows you to go back into that driver's seat to decide what is best for you. And that is really healing and really important after trauma. The third way that trauma-informed yoga is helpful for trauma is that it helps with mind-body awareness. Very similar to tip number 1 or point number 1. With trauma, we can be away from our body. We can be stuck in our minds. We can be stuck in the past or thinking about the future, or perhaps feeling a little bit dissociated, feeling like we're moving through life or walking through life and we don't quite feel present in our body. And so trauma-informed yoga invites you to check into the present, to check into how your body is feeling, to what you are noticing and whether or not something feels good or bad, and whether or not you want to change something because that's what works for you. And so that can really help you tune into the mind and the body and the awareness of what is happening in any given moment. And that can really help bring you back to the here and now and away from the experiences that you have had. The fourth way that trauma-informed yoga is helpful for trauma is it helps with mood and it helps with sleep. Now, with trauma, as I've mentioned, you can be stuck in different areas in the past, thinking about the future. You can be having a hard time sleeping because you are anxious or you're feeling hypervigilant or you don't feel safe. After trauma, your body can be in a fight or flight state, or that sympathetic nervous system state where it feels like it needs to be on guard and be watchful of everything. Trauma-informed yoga brings the body back into that parasympathetic state, into that rest and digest system. And so if the body is in that rest and digest system, that can really help you to feel more calm, to feel more relaxed and less anxious. And it can also help you sleep better because you are more relaxed and more calm. And the final way that trauma-informed yoga is helpful for trauma is it helps you to feel empowered and in control. Trauma can cause you to feel disempowered. It can cause you to perhaps blame yourself or not feel good about yourself or feel feelings of shame or discomfort. And it can also cause you to not feel in control, to feel very out of control, to feel like things are not going your way or you don't feel safe. And so with trauma-informed yoga, because of the cues, because of the language, because of the bringing you back into yourself and bringing you back into awareness, it allows you to take back your control, to decide what is best for you on any given day, in any given moment, without there being a right or wrong. There is no right or wrong way to do a yoga form. There is no right or wrong way to practice trauma-informed yoga. It is really just a way for you to feel empowered and back in your body and back in control. And those are 5 different ways trauma-informed yoga is helpful for trauma. And of course, there are so many modalities and therapies that can be used with trauma. I would love to hear from you if you have practiced trauma-informed yoga for trauma and it has been helpful for you. I would love for you to comment below so I could hear all about it. Or if any other therapies have been useful for you too, it'd be great to hear about that below. Thanks.